This is the Value Retrieval Guide, version 4. This version focuses on retrieving our value or separating it from judgments, approvals, rejections, and opinions, both that we hold about ourselves and that others hold about us. Now, take a moment. Take a deep breath and allow yourself to start to settle in to where you are sitting right now. Make sure you're sitting up. And take a big, deep yawn. As you come down from that yawn, allow yourself to begin to relax a little deeper into the presence of you. And give yourself another big, deep yawn. Allow your eyes to close. Allow your attention to simply turn inward and to relax a little deeper into being present with you, just as you are. Breathe into that. And allow yourself to have another big, deep yawn. And as you come down from that yawn, allow your attention to go a little deeper. And to become aware of whatever thoughts, feelings, or sensations are present with you now. Allow those things to be simply as they are. Breathe into the growing awareness of the presence you have in your body. Now, turn inward and breathe into the sensations, thoughts, and feelings that are present with you now. And as you do that, allow yourself to become aware of where you sense your worth and value to be. Just take a moment and lean into that awareness. As you do that, allow yourself to note any judgments you're holding about yourself or against your choices, your feelings, your needs, your wants. Just breathe into that awareness of those judgments. And notice how they feel. Notice how they cut you off from your value, from your sense of worth. Notice how heavy they feel, and how often they feel like they're coming from outside of you, from another person, place, or thing. Breathe into that awareness. Sense into the energy and the space around that energy of these judgments. And allow yourself to start distrusting these judgments. Retrieve from these judgments your trust. Breathe that in. Breathe into the awareness that comes as you explore distrusting these judgments. And notice the shift in your awareness about your value and your worth. Notice whatever is present there with that, whether it's gotten bigger or smaller or stayed the same. It's all okay. Breathe into that. And as you do that, notice how your sense of worth and value is starting to become more and more separate from the judgments. More and more separate from the opinions of yourself and others. In fact, it's becoming more and more bright and loud and apparent that your innate value is unchanged regardless of opinion or judgment. That it by itself is autonomous. It is whole and independent of approval, of judgment, of rejection. Just breathe into that. And invite yourself to trust in your innate values, autonomy, and independence. Breathe into that growing sense of trust that this is real and true, that it is in fact a fact. that your innate value, that beautiful sense of the energy that you be, is more and more independent of judgment, approval, rejection, and opinion. Breathe into that. And allow yourself to feel the shift that comes as you trust in this a little more. Allow your mind and your body to adapt and to integrate into this change. Just as you are valuable and precious. And if there's any resistance, if there's any doubt, or any judgments, simply notice them and allow them to float on by, as you are worthy and whole. Breathe into that energy of your value. As you do that, you notice in your imagination an object beginning to take shape. This object is in your hands. You can see that this deep anchored value, the energy of that value, is filling this object. You can feel the weight of that object. You can feel its temperature, its texture, its form. And you notice that as you hold this object in your imagination, that you are instantly returned to that deep rooted value. You can see how fast any value you've put in another person, place, or thing is returned back to you as you hold this object. Breathe into that. And know that at any time you need to return to your value, you simply recall this object. And as you do this, begin to stroke your forearm with your index finger. Begin to scrunch your feet up against the bottom of the floor, or your shoes, or whatever else they're against. Tune into the noises of the room around you. Open your eyes. Take in the color and texture of the objects around you. If there's a clock nearby, check out what time it is. And welcome back to reality. Take a deep breath. Allow yourself to recall that object that you just created. Reference it in your body. Point to it with your fingers. Touch your body where it's at. You can use this reference point at any time to help you return back to your sense of innate value, especially in regards to judgments, opinions, rejections, and approvals, both within inside yourself and others. So this concludes the Value Retrieval Guide version 4 for the Happiness Strategy.